there this entire time. Let me turn back to Mr. Tonko, and thank you very much, Mr. Hoyer.
Thank you, Steny. Thank you, Representative Garamendi. I think the tragedy that results from the lack of vision by the new Republican majority in this House, the sadness that results is that not only is it near 3 months of a new regime with zero numbers of bills, as a number of bills that's been approved that would create jobs, that would be bad enough. But it's dismantling success that's been achieved in the last couple of years that translates into jobs, the healthcare industry, the innovation economy. Dismantling that, disinvesting in America, that's even worse. Instead of standing still, which is tragic, we're going backward. Backward that takes us into what could be the recession of the recent past. That was 8.2 million jobs lost. We need to invest. Now, it's a no-brainer to assume that if you put R&D into play, and they've dismantled R&D, education, higher education, healthcare, all of this impacts jobs and the potential to compete with the muscle that America needs. The American public is asking for hope to be built into the fabric of this nation. We have advanced that message of hope. We're talking about making it in America. We're talking about investing in R&D. Why? Because where R&D takes place is probably where manufacturing follows. It makes sense to incorporate the R&D element with the manufacturing sector. That's a given in the current economy, in the present-day industry. So we need to invest. We need to invest in R&D rather than cutting drastically the programs that will lead to energy research. I served at NYSERDA as president and CEO, the New York State Energy Research and Development Authority. I saw what happened with job creation when you create new opportunities, new product lines. And this R&D effort is about taking ideas and moving them along. You prototype, you test, you evaluate, and then you manufacture. And we need to carry those steps through. We need to fund them. We need to invest. It's going to take that kind of effort to grow the economy and grow it in a way that allows us to have reasonable expectation to win the global race on energy, clean energy, and innovation. You don't dismantle education by making drastic cuts. You don't undo the opportunity to dream of a higher education and advance your skill set and allow your dreams to be met, to be tethered. Instead, you invest. We have not done that. I represent a necklace of communities called mill towns that were established with the Erie Canal, Barge Canal history. We created a port out of a little town called New York City, and we developed the westward movement through the mill towns that were established in the district that I represent. That pioneer spirit, where these mill towns became the epicenter of invention and innovation, still exists. It's still part of the American DNA. And America knows that if we invest, if we instill hope into the equation, they are there. We know that we can make it happen, but it takes the sort of investment and not the denial that we have seen in this House, where zero jobs are the result of zero bills being passed here that would promote an American, make it in America campaign, where we would have an American industrial bolstering by this sort of effort. America knows that this is not the action they called for. This kind of standing still is not good because it takes us backward. It takes us backward when we need to build upon the progress that was achieved over the last year, where 1.5 million private sector jobs were added to the equation. We can do it. We can do it in significant measure. We can do it in cutting-edge fashion, where we advance the intellectual capacity of this great nation. We're continually investing in the brain power, and we're not tapping into it. Patents are going offshore. Where are we standing here now talking about continuing the mindless effort of subsidies, handouts to big oil companies to the tune of $100 billion, when that could be denied and we could invest, fungibly move those dollars over to investing in R&D for new product delivery. So we're not dependent on an oil industry. We're not dependent on disruption in the Mideast, but rather controlling our own energy future, self-sufficiency, energy independence. Those are the thematics. Those are the dynamics that should guide us. I don't see that here. We're walking away from it. We're walking away from the sound faith we should have in America's workers. Look what's happening in Wisconsin. Workers are revolting. We need to respect workers. We need to understand that they are the solution. Let's invest in America. Let's invest and make it in America. And let's turn this economy around. America is placing its hope into the hands of leaders here. And to have the results be 0 jobs because 0 bills were introduced and passed is unacceptable. Unacceptable. And the majority needs to account for the 700,000 jobs they want to kill simply by the cuts they're making to the budget that's been presented.
Mr. Tonko, your passion and knowledge on this